The leading concern for young people today is the environment, and they have a right to be worried. Climate change is having a major detrimental effect on the planet. Human activity is the major driver. Emissions of carbon dioxide are largely responsible for global warming, and the main contributors of these emissions are energy, transport, manufacturing, forestry and agriculture. Let's focus on agriculture, specifically meat production. Total annual greenhouse gas emissions from animal agriculture were about 14.5% of all human emissions in 2013. Meanwhile, the world's meat consumption has increased by 58% between 1998 and 2018, reaching 360 million tonnes per year. To meet demand at an affordable price, industrial farming has replaced the traditional way of raising livestock. This has come at a cost, not only to the animals' welfare and living conditions, but to ours. 1.1 billion people on the planet don't have enough water to drink, yet we use 27% of the world's water for meat production. 1 kilo of beef takes 15,000 litres of water to produce compared to 322 litres for vegetables. There is limited room on the planet to grow food, and the human population is increasing. We need to become more efficient with food production. For every 100 calories fed to animals, we receive back only 12 calories by consuming their flesh or milk. Feeding crops to people rather than farmed animals could feed 3 billion more people. Without meat and dairy, we could reclaim more than 75% of the world's farmland, an area equivalent to the US, China, Europe and Australia combined, and still feed the world. Animal agriculture is responsible for up to 91% of Amazon destruction and is the leading cause of the current mass extinction of wildlife. So what can we do? In short, the world needs to eat less meat. Forecasts and trends of consumption and exports to emerging countries do not give a positive outlook, but there are some interesting things gaining momentum in pockets of the world. The Vegan Society reports veganism and vegetarianism are on the rise throughout Europe, the US and Australia, plus pockets of Southeast Asia and South Africa. Vegan products, restaurants, takeaway outlets are surging in popularity, which saw The Economist describe 2019 as the year of the vegan. There is, however, the problem of people not wanting to change their diets. That is where clean meat comes in. Clean meat is essentially lab-grown meat on a cellular level. When it becomes competitively available in a few years, it could have a massive effect on the momentum of this social movement, and in turn the environment and well-being of humans and animals alike. But what effect would substituting or eliminating meat have on the global meat production market, with an estimated value of $670 billion US? That's a lot of money and a lot of jobs. Would the world economy crash with millions unemployed? First, let's look at the savings. The US subsidizes the meat industry to the tune of $38 billion US per year. The United Nations is €53 billion. This trend is mirrored in most part of the world. If the world stopped eating meat, humans would also become healthier, saving $1,636.5 billion US in health costs by 2050. If climate slowed, there would be less damage caused by extreme weather, saving the world $1.6 trillion US by 2050. Saving the world is priceless, but people still need to work. If meat production ceased, many people in the livestock industry would need to be re-skilled, and some jobs would be lost. So governments would need to provide subsidies and programs to create career alternatives. But looking at projected population growth and demand, it would make sense to efficiently feed all of the world rather than inefficiently feed some.